This is a shoulder yoga sequence. It's a little bit different than traditional yoga. It's a little bit more stretching. You will need a strap, a yoga strap, and some blocks, or one at least, or rolled up blankets or rolled up towels, anything that's a little bit firmer than a pillow. They need to have some stability to them. If at any time any of these poses are uncomfortable or if they hurt too much, please just stop doing them and let me know, and we can adjust the sequence for you. Some of these poses are a little bit unusual and a little strange, and if they're difficult to get in and out of, that's okay. It'll take practice. So again, shoulder exercises or yoga sequence for opening up the shoulder. It's good for rotator cuff injuries. It's good for just overall shoulder tension, computer tension, texting tension, whatever you have. This is a great sequence for it. So let's get started. Let's just find a nice seated position. Just take a nice breath. Find some calm within the storm. Take a breath. Take a moment for yourself. And then I want us to move right into child's pose. So child's pose, we start on our hands and knees, and we just press our hips back to our heels, our arms extended in front of us, our head relaxed between our arms, maybe resting on the mat. Just take a breath here. And then inhale right back to tabletop. We're going to inhale that right arm parallel to the floor. And then we're going to exhale as we bring that arm underneath the opposite elbow and bringing that shoulder and head down to the mat. It's a little unusual, but it's just threading the needle. Bringing that cheek and shoulder to the mat. Let's take this left arm up towards the top of the mat and just breathe here. If you'd like, you can bring this arm overhead, but you don't have to. You can just rest. You should feel a pull right in between the shoulder blades. We're just breathing here. Take one more breath, and then we're going to bring the left hand to the mat, pressing into the left hand to bring ourselves back up. Take a breath here, and then take the left arm parallel to the floor, and again, thread that needle. We're bringing it all the way underneath us, bringing that the shoulder, the cheek down to the mat. Again, it's just sliding that arm all the way through, bringing the shoulder and the cheek to the mat, and taking that right arm now up ahead of us, above us, or even walking it over to the opposite side of the mat, just keeping it straight above us. And just breathe here, feeling the pull in between the shoulder blades. Take one more breath, and then bring this right hand back underneath us. Press into the right hand as we come back up to tabletop. Now let's run through some cat-cow. So just dropping the belly and then rounding the back. Inhale, drop the belly to cow. Exhale, round the back to cat. And come back to tabletop. We're going to come all the way down to our bellies, bringing our arms right beside us. Now this is where it gets fun. So take our arms out to a T. We're just going to relax here, bringing the right hand underneath the shoulder. You're going to press into that right hand. We're going to leave this left one right where it's at, and we're going to roll right up onto that shoulder. Some of you may not be able to get this far. It may pull a little. If at any time it's too much, come right back out of it. But again, if you can, we're going to press all the way up onto that shoulder, getting a nice pec stretch. You can bring this right foot and plant it on the floor for a little support. You can keep your right hand here. You can take it back behind you. Just support yourself however you can so that the only stretch is in your pec. Then you can relax your neck to the floor and breathe. Take 3 breaths here. One more breath. And then slowly begin to roll yourself back to your belly. Now, if you'd like, you can bring both hands to what we call cactus or goalpost and just relax. Then take your arms out to a T again. Now we're going to go to the opposite side. So bring that left hand underneath the shoulder. Press into that left hand as you roll right up onto the right shoulder. So we're feeling the pec stretch along the front of the chest. You can take that left foot behind you as a little tripod, leaving the right hand in front, or you can take it back behind you to open up your chest even more. But if that's too much, just leave your hand right in front of you and relax your head. And breathe into that right shoulder now. It's a great pec stretch, great shoulder stretch. Again, take 3 nice breaths here. Take 1 more breath. And slowly begin to unwind, coming back to your belly. Again, resting your arms in goalpost, relaxing your head and your neck. Take a breath here. All right, now this is the funky one. So we're going to cross our arms. I'm putting my right elbow in front of my left elbow. We are crossing right at the elbows. This might be as far as you get. You want to feel that stretch in between the shoulder blades. And if this is where you're at, that's absolutely fine. But if you can, I want you to worm yourself forward so that you're up on top of your elbows as far as you can get until you feel that deep stretch in between those shoulders. Now I want you to take a breath here, relax your neck, and just breathe. We're going to breathe here now for 5 breaths. So make yourself comfortable. Just relax your neck and your shoulders. Take 1 more breath. And then to come out of this, we worm ourselves back. So just worm yourself back until you can release those arms from their prison and relax yourself now in your resting pose. Just allowing those shoulders to relax. Good. We're going to come back up into tabletop. And from the tabletop position, we're going to exhale back to child's pose. Remember, that's hips to the heels. The arms are stretched out in front of us. Our head is relaxed. Then I want us to rest our elbows on the mat. So now it's elbows on the mat. You can lift your arms into prayer position and bring them behind your head. Again, we're going to be here for 5 breaths. And slowly come on out of that to the tabletop position and then all the way down to your bones. So we're now in the seated position. This is where our strap is going to come in. So we're going to grab our strap and we're going to stretch our triceps. So what we do is we let that strap dangle behind us. And we reach back with the opposite hand and we grab a hold of it. And then we pull it down towards the floor. Let me turn around so you can see it. I'm grabbing a hold of the strap and I'm pulling it down. Now what you can do is you can walk that bottom hand up. So now we're getting a stretch on the front of the shoulder on the left side and pulling that tricep on the right. And just breathe here. Again, keeping the spine nice and tall. Let me turn back around. Keeping the spine nice and tall, just breathing into that tricep, and now the front of the shoulder as well. This is called cow face. Apparently we make a face like a cow when we do it. Just take another breath. And relax. We're just going to roll our shoulders out. And then we're going to do it on the other side. So grab that strap now in the left hand. Let it drape behind you. Reach back with that right hand. Walk your fingers together. We're going to pull that left tricep down. And then we're going to walk that right hand up. Again, we're pulling that tricep down and then just walking this right arm up. And breathe here. Turn back around so that I can see. Take one more breath. And release. We're going to roll out those shoulders again. This one is another tricky one, but it's worth it. We're going to take our arms and we're going to cross them at the elbows. I have my left arm on top of my right, and I need to remember that. We're crossing right at the elbows. Then we're going to bend at the elbows, bring those arms together. Now, if you can, try to grab that thumb. This is called eagle arms. If you can grasp this, this is good. If you cannot, it's where the strap comes in. Grab hold of the strap. But if you can grab those hands, grab those hands. Or the strap. And then you can play with the height of the elbow, because that changes where that stretch is in your shoulders. And just breathe into eagle arms. Take one more breath. And release. Roll those out. And we're going to go the opposite direction. So, right over left this time. Crossing right at the elbows. Bending the elbows. Bringing those hands together. Maybe even palms together. Or grabbing the strap if you need it. To find eagle arms on the opposite side again, play around with taking the elbows as high as you can or as low as you want. It stretches different muscles at different heights. So find the one that's sticky or the one that just feels good. And just breathe into that one. Breathe into that spot. Breathe into those shoulders and that upper back. Take one more breath and release those arms out, roll them out. You can move that strap out of the way. I'm turning sideways, you stay right where you are. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see this. So both feet flat on the floor, hands behind you. I want your hands, if you can, your fingertips pointed towards you. If that's uncomfortable on your wrists, you can move them out to the side. It's either out to side or straight towards you or somewhere in between. And then I want you to inhale those hips up, coming into the reverse bridge. You're going to feel this pull right at the front of the arms, right in front of the shoulders. If you'd like, you can come in and out of this as much as you want. You can bring your bum back down to the floor and back up. Inhaling and exhaling. If you're just holding it here, I want you to relax your neck so we can take the neck tension out of it. Just again, squeezing your bum, lifting your hips, and breathing here. Or moving in and out of it. That is absolutely fine. We just want to feel a stretch on the front of the shoulders. Take 2 more breaths. And exhale back down. Now we're going to grab the block. Again, I'm going to stay sideways so you can see this. We're going to grab your block and I want it to go lengthways on your spine. So it kind of matches your spine. But we're going to bring it in between the shoulder blades. So just place it on the floor where you approximately think your shoulder blades are going to land. Somewhere around there maybe. And then slowly begin to lower yourself down. So we're going to adjust that block until it's right in between your shoulder blades. Then we're going to relax ourselves down. So your head is not on the block. The block is somewhere between your shoulder blades and the middle of your back. And then you're going to relax. You're going to open up your arms to the side. You can leave your knees bent and your feet on the floor, or you can stretch them out the length of the mat. And just breathe here. This is such a good chest opener. You can really take some big breaths into your chest, into your ribs, or into your belly even. And just relax, letting your neck relax, or your head relax on the floor, taking the tension out of your neck. And just breathe. 5 nice, long breaths. This is a great place to relax your jaw, relax your face, let your eyes go soft. Just let everything melt and relax onto your mat, onto your block. Let's take one more breath. And now to come out of this, I want you to bring your feet flat on the floor. I want you to begin to shift your hips and just roll to one shoulder. I don't care which one it is. It's going to feel wonderful. And come right into the fetal position, into a resting pose. Take a breath here. And then slowly, when you're ready, you can bring yourself all the way back up to a seated position where we can take another breath and allow ourselves to come back to reality. So that's the shoulder sequence. Again, if any of it is too much, please talk to me about it, and we can adjust any of these poses so that they feel more comfortable in your shoulder, more comfortable in your back, or more comfortable in your neck. Either way, thank you for joining me.